Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are going to look at the month ahead in this reading. And as always, we have 3 piles with 3 different messages. So pile number 1 with message number 1 is card number 4, the caterpillar. Message number 2, pile number 2 is number 62, will-o'-the-wisp. And message number 3 is card number 41, Moon Maiden. So for this reading, I'm going to do the prayer and invocation at the start, but I'll clear the energy between the readings. You may stay for that, or you can go to the timestamps down below for your reading. So I ground into Mother Gaia, taking a deep breath here, calling on Divine Source, asking Divine Source and my highest and best guides to please guide me in this reading for the collective, allowing the highest and best messages to come through about their month ahead. Please protect us and shield us, allowing me to connect in with the energy of the collective just for the purposes of this reading, and then returning their energy to them with love and light. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, for those of you who stayed, please go to the timestamps down below, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome, group number 1. So, in anticipation of this reading today, I was actually feeling really excited. I feel like the messages are going to be super positive about the month ahead. I've been getting this stirring about July being a very auspicious month for the collective, especially for those souls who are awakening at this time. And those are definitely you guys. So quite a few messages already coming through with this card, and then we will pull from the tarot. So you chose the caterpillar, opportunity. So the first thing that they're tuning me into is the cat. Very interesting here. A cat that is at once a caterpillar. So cats in this image is denoting to me a message of independence, that the forthcoming month is going to bring great opportunities for independence. I'm hearing independence financially. So there might be opportunities that will come in that will then allow you to be financially independent. I'm seeing some of you moving out of your parents' homes, and some of you who are moving out of like a roommate situation into your own home. I'm seeing someone also downsizing from a larger home to a smaller home. Maybe your children have moved out. Maybe there are other circumstances that I don't want to get into right now that are guiding you to this smaller home. But I am seeing that these changes are going to be very important for you guys in expounding upon your sense of strength, power, and independence. So it's also energetically how you feel in your own being, right? In your own consciousness is going to feel stronger. I'm hearing the word fierce, go-getter. So this might be a month where you're really going to take the bull by the horns, right? You're going to be in the driver's seat. I'm hearing a lot of variations of the same message. And what they're showing me here, and with the number 4, definitely some changes in the home situation. Yeah, I just realized that. So the 4 in astrology, the 4th house is about house and home. With the combination of the cat and the caterpillar, we are seeing that you're moving out of a state of being dependent in some way, right? So there's some kind of transformation from a previous state. Now, they're highlighting the idea of independence as also being extracting from yourself from a situation that felt dependent. They're giving me the word enmeshment or codependency. So you could have been in a particular kind of relationship. This could be an intimate partner, but it could be also with a parent, a sibling, or even a friend, where there was codependency or enmeshment, meaning where like you didn't know where you started and the other person began or ended. I don't know exactly how to say that, but it's like you're so tethered to one another that you lose a bit of your sense of yourself. So, sometimes people say they're going to go abroad or take a big trip to find themselves. This feels like that period of your life, right? Especially this month, it feels like the impetus for really starting to know who you are. What is your personal signature? And with the cat here, and maybe I'm partial because I just love all kinds of cats, I think that you're going to feel more beautiful as a result. To me, cats are beautiful. And if you don't like cats, that's okay too. But I think there's something about you feeling like, I feel like you're coming into a point in your life where you're starting to, I'm hearing, fall in love with yourself, really recognizing more and more of your own beauty. And in large part, I'm hearing that this is because your energy is not going to be as muddied by other people's energies. I feel like that those messages came out really fast. So if they did, you can rewind and listen to that again. I'm sorry, sometimes the messages come in really fiercely. Yeah, and with all of these eyes here, can you see? All of these eyes here, it feels very much like you're looking out for yourself, but it's not protective. It's, again, that fierce energy. And again, cats to me are also fierce. So in their independence, they're also really fierce. So it does feel like you have these eyes out in a way that's like, I see you, I know what's going on. You're not shying away from the truth, is how this is reading to me. You are seeing everything. I just got that some secrets, some uncovering of information may come up this month, things that you didn't know about, let's say. And suddenly, like, your eyes will be wide open about a particular situation, and this might change the course of your life in some significant way. Okay, so they just showed me something else, which I didn't realize. So there are these eyes here that are quite noticeable, and then there are these other eyes here. I don't know exactly what that means for this particular card, but they're telling me that this is also about you having an eye-opening experience within your own heart, within your own consciousness, where you might arise to see yourself differently. I think they actually did just say that, right? Where you start to see yourself as more beautiful, more with more vitality. So it's like you're seeing your world more clearly. Things may be revealed. I'm hearing things coming out of the woodwork. And this in turn is going to bring up more of your strength. And this is going to shift your life in some, I'm hearing, magical way, actually. Okay. And then there's these other eyes denote sort of you seeing yourself more clearly, which is beautiful. Not the message, but that you are beautiful, that you are fierce, that you are independent, that you are strong. Okay, and they're giving me actually a third version of this where eyes are also going to be on you. They're giving me 10th house energy, which is the 10th house in the zodiac wheel, which denotes public eye. I'm hearing public eye, being in the public eye in some way. So I feel like this group might need to get ready to be seen, right? I don't know why, but my guides just said all the world's a stage, right? So it does feel like, it feels like there's some kind of rebirth happening within your own reality. All the world's a stage is almost denoting like everything is kind of what you make of it. It's not, there's no objective reality per se. It's more the sense of you are co-creating your reality. Yes, I'm getting a yes on that. Okay. So there's a real sense of you understanding the value you hold in manifesting the reality that you desire. And you're going to start getting much clearer about your capacity to create the reality in which you live. Yes. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, I'm just hearing like something is blossoming here for you guys. Yeah, they are showing me the crown chakra here with all this purple, so there might be some more seeing with the third eye and connection with, you know, your spiritual guides this month. Although that's sort of a continuous process for a lot of you. But I do find that there are certain months or certain periods of time where that expansion sort of speeds up. And I feel like that's the case for you guys, especially with this card being pink. I mentioned this, I think, in one of my readings. Pink is not really a color. It's kind of a combination of all the colors, but no color at all. It often denotes the higher realms. That's why my website is actually pink. That's why I chose that color. Yeah, so there is something about sort of a ramping up of those supernatural abilities, the connection with your spirit guides. And I'm also getting a refinement of that, where you might learn about a particular guide. You might receive a name for the first time, like a guardian angel, I'm hearing. I'm hearing the name of my guardian angel, whose name is Herman. I just heard his name. So that denotes a guardian angel coming in potentially, which my understanding, I don't know this personally, but my understanding is your guardian angel stays with you for life. Although some say that can switch out, especially if you go through traumatic periods. I'm not sure Herman has been with me my whole life. I should ask. Anyway, okay, let's get into the tarot. So again, for group number 1, what is going to be transpiring, coming in? What do they need to know about the month ahead? The Magician. Okay, so, I mean, I'll continue on. There's so much to say about this card. I love this deck. This is the Astro Matrix deck. Oh, and by the way, this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle, the Caterpillar card. Wow, okay. I think they said that some kind of magic is coming in. Sorry guys, I don't remember all the messages when I'm channeling. Oh my god, there's so much to say about that card. Can we get, let's get one other card. I was going to get 4, but let's see where we go. And the Moon, secrets being revealed. My goodness. Okay, let's get the last 2 cards, because this is a phenomenal reading, okay? The Queen of Wands. Yes, talk about independence combined with passion and drive. Beautiful verification of their messages. And, oh my goodness, the Hanged One. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys. So, you know, the channel message that comes through with the primary card is really just the message. It's like you can just stop there. Okay, but we've got the Magician and the Moon. Okay, they talked about both of these cards already. The Magician, okay, let me do one at a time. There's too many messages. Is so much about creating your own reality. Okay? Taking information from the cosmos and bringing it down into the 3D. Perhaps in bringing in more money, opportunities for more money, I think they said. Okay, also the Magician in this way is also about eyes being on you, where you might actually start to embark on this journey of really coming into your abilities. And when we say magical or supernatural abilities, I feel like anyone who is gifted at anything, which is every single soul on this planet, when they start actually honoring it and paying attention to it and honing it, they do become the magician of their own soul, of their own spiritual gifts. So this month, I really do feel like you guys are going to embody the magician, okay? And something that has been waiting to birth itself is going to sort of, it's not about even like coming into life. They're showing it to me like that emoji that's like an explosion. Not an explosion, what is it? It's almost like a firework or a pow. That's how it's being shown to me. Like boom, like something is going to crack open. And they're showing it to me very otherworldly. Like with all these clocks up here, they're saying like it's out of time and space, that this has been sort of brewing and growing to show itself. Okay, kind of like that caterpillar energy, but it's sort of out of time and space. This has been happening cosmically. I feel like I just heard you don't even know your own power. It's just so interesting. We have the cups here. We have the pentacles. We've got like the fire energy, of course, with the magician card. I mean, it's very interesting here. And we've got this being a Mercury card, which is air. It's kind of like all the stuff and things coming to fruition. And with the red vest, it's coming from a very grounded place. I really feel like this month is going to be where the tides are finally going to turn, I'm hearing. The tides are finally going to turn. I feel like this is like a massive crystal ball with us telling the future in this way where I'm hearing there's going to be great prosperity. They're telling me to move on because we're running out of time. Okay. With the moon here, which is literally the card of secrets being revealed, things being unearthed, okay? Things coming to light. They said that already. You might indeed find out about something that you didn't know. This could be what you see on the outside and also what you discover from inside. And how interesting with the crab being here, right? This being a Cancer card, right? That's July. So this can be a timeless reading, but for the initial point in which I am reading this, it is for July, even though I'm getting this out a little bit late because I was told to do the previous reading before this one. Now with the Queen of Wands, to me, this is like the cat. This is about fierce passion, moving forward, knowing who you are, knowing what you're about. And interestingly, with the black cat beside her, there's also a denotation of magic here, of you bringing some kind of your magical abilities. Now, the Queen of Wands does not shy away from the spotlight. They're even tuning me into the two lions above her head, right, denoting the Leo, right, the Leo energy, which is also a cat, okay? Leos are seen and heard. That's their energy. So you guys are definitely coming into a place where your gifts, your passions, your independence is really showing itself this month, okay? And this is going to bring in a whole new chapter, a whole new vantage point for your life, where you begin to see yourself, they're saying yourself, from a whole new perspective. You're seeing the world from a whole new perspective, which was what they said about all the eyes, but you're also seeing yourself from a whole new perspective. And with all the red, I mean, there's a little crab that's red here, but with the people wearing red, this is coming from the most grounded place that you have ever been in, where you feel strong, you feel independent, you feel fierce in your own energy signature, right? The root also being not just about a sense of belongingness, it's about being rooted in your personal energy and with your personal identity in tow. And so they're saying as you walk this new path, you may walk it alone to start, but it will start to flower where new people will come in. And that's kind of what the Knight of Swords is about, right? It is someone or something rushing in to meet you in your independence, right? So he is sort of rushing in as you are engaged in this new, well, they're saying it's not new, but as you re-emerge in your strength and in your dependence. Now, the magician, the magic is going to be different for all of you. Let me know down below what kind of magic you're bringing to the table. What are you birthing? What is coming out of the woodwork? There's just an entire experience of independence here, married with this magic and this new perspective, and everything changing for you this month. So if you've been working on this, if you've been working on becoming independent, if you've been working on, strengthening your abilities, whatever they may be, this does not have to be psychic, okay? Although the initial card does read like that. And maybe finally being freed from something that has been hidden for a while, allowing you to start a new kind of life with a new perspective of yourself and of the world. So better things can come in. New opportunities can come in. This also feels, with the swords here, it does feel like also a new idea, right? Birthing a new idea coming in, or expanding upon an idea that you've had, or maybe something that you've been sitting on for a while, finally taking shape. Yeah. And with the white horse, they're saying, and it's safe to do so, and it's safe to do so. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to end this reading. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I send you so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very, very good care. Welcome, group number 2. So, you chose card number 62, Will-o'-the-Wisp, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows. Okay, so there are a few different messages coming in. We are asking about your next month, okay? What's the next month bringing? What can you expect in the next month, okay? Okay, so the first thing that is standing out the strongest is that this card 62 is an 8 card, and we have the word treasures. So it does feel like there is some financial abundance starting to take shape this month. They're showing me a time period from July to August if you are watching as I originally post this video. But if you are watching this at another time, it's within a 3-month period of your financial prosperity taking shape, where you start to feel, Spirit, can you give me clarity here? Yeah, where you start to feel this independence, this strength, and this groundedness, this rootedness in your finances. They're also saying sort of money coming from unexpected places. I'm hearing an investment. I don't know if any of you are starting a, I can't think of the word, Spirit, your own company, right? Your own venture, that you will get an investment in that in some way. Someone's going to invest in you. Yeah, I just keep seeing like money coming from unknown places, and to just be open to that idea. Okay, now they're also showing me that somebody has been sitting on something for a while. So it's kind of like you've had, it's like opportunities have crossed your path, but you haven't taken them. It's like something keeps emerging or wanting to emerge and then shrinking back into the shadow. That's how I'm seeing it. Something keeps emerging and shrinking back. And they're saying this is the time for the full emergence of whatever you've been working on, or whatever opportunity that keeps crossing your path. They're saying there are not going to be endless opportunities like that. If you keep saying no to the universe will stop extending its hand, right? So this month, this is the time to fully emerge out of the shadows. And I'm hearing you will get help if you take that step out, okay? Like where you pull the trigger, so to speak, and you take off, right? They're seeing it like, they're showing me like pulling the trigger and people like at a marathon where you like sprint ahead. So this is not just a step, actually, they're correcting me. This is a sprint, not to a finish line, but in terms of taking off. So it's a leap. They're giving me that word. It's a leap. And they're saying it will take off. They're showing me like all the wings here. You will fly, they're saying. You will take off, but you've got to sort of go in guns blazing. They're like, stop hiding your talents, they're telling me. Stop hiding your talents. I don't know why. I don't know exactly what's going on astrologically, but they're saying the stars are aligning in your favor. So you might actually want to look at any transits to your 10th house. Where is your Mars? Because like Mars and Venus transit a house for approximately 30 to 45 days. So Mars giving the energy, the determination, the ambition, the drive for whatever house it's transiting. And Venus giving that spark of interest, of beauty, of love for wherever it passes. So, and then you might have something about the 10th house, which is the public eye, your career, but it could be any area of your life where there is a prominent transit happening and this sort of affecting this month particularly. So you might want to look at your natal chart if you know how to do that, because it does feel like there's something that's going to help sort of give you that push. And it reads a little bit like Mars to me, because it feels, again, like, because we're looking at a month's period. Okay, what else, Spirit? They're also saying like that you've been in it, your emotions for a while, like there's been some kind of stirring. I'm just seeing like the waves undulating in the ocean. And I feel like this is settling down this month. Like almost something has been sort of stirring under the surface and it's starting to smooth out. And so as you're emerging, you're feeling much more stabilized. You're feeling much more calm, on the ready for what is going to happen. I'm hearing this is a long time coming, this emergence. They're saying that you're so highly gifted, you must sort of come out. You've got to come out. Yeah, there's just something very spirited about this card. Again, like they said before, the stars are aligning in your favor. So that could be literal astrologically, because that's what it seems, but it also feels like energetically, this is exactly the right time. Are any of you Cancers? I mean, the moon came up in the first reading with Cancer, but I just got very strongly Cancer for some of you. Yeah. And maybe also Sagittarius. I don't know why I just saw that. Sagittarius. Okay. So, let's look at your month ahead with the Tarot. Sorry, I just got distracted by the time. Okay. So, for the month ahead, for group number 2, Spirit, please show us clearly. What do they need to know? What is incoming in the next month? What do they need to know about the next month? This incoming month. Please show me clearly. And and you guys got the moon. I just said that the first group had the moon. You got it too. Definitely Cancer. Okay. I actually think this card means something different for you guys. Okay, what else, Spirit? I love when that happens, you guys. Knight of Swords. First group got that on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. I'm just going to shuffle the deck one more time. Okay. That's really weird. Okay, what else for group number 2, Spirit? Yeah. 6 of Cups. Okay. And lastly, we have the Sun. Beautiful. Wow. The first group also got magical cards. Okay. So, with the moon. Yeah, so definitely some Cancers here. So let me just ask Spirit in this message what this is about. Okay, so unlike group number 2, The moon is very much about your emotions, okay? This is about the emotions that were under here are finally being released. And in the releasing of that, a lot more of your gifts, a lot more of the treasures that you hold dear will be able to come out. So it's almost as if emotionally you have released something which has made space for whatever treasures that lie within you, that lay within you, are finally coming up. And they are coming up fast and strong. And like number one, this could actually be new ideas with the swords here. This could also be someone coming in to help you in new venture or something that you're stepping forward in. Actually, what they're telling me is that this is most likely communication for you guys. So with the clearing that was done here, yeah, the emotional clearing that was done, this is going to sort of crack something open inside of you, revealing some kind of light, some kind of treasure. And because you are showing more of that beauty, this could potentially be love for someone here. I don't usually read this card like this, but this is how it's showing itself. Someone has been sort of waiting in the wings to come in, for those of you looking for love, but they couldn't see you clearly because you were muddied by some emotional tumult that has cleared, they're saying. Now, for others of you, this is a spark of a new idea or a literal person coming in with an investment. Treasures here. And this is because you have shown yourself. I'm actually going to put this card here. Because you have shown yourself, you're emerging out of the shadows, okay? Something wants to come in. Okay, with the Six of Cups here and the Sun, I mean, this is very much about generous spirits, somebody being generous with their emotions, but it could also be with money. They're showing me with all of these children here that there is a reemergence of your innocence, of your purity, of your gifts. Because sometimes when we are muddied by life, we start to sort of grow old and weary. Okay, but growing old is merely just the heaviness of energies that are either not ours, from trauma, from, I'm hearing dysfunctional lessons, meaning ideas or lessons that you've learned through unfortunate circumstances. So they're not exalted lessons. They're variations of what you were supposed to learn. But in your own purging, in your own clearing of whatever emotions you've had, and now allowing yourself to fully re-emerge, there are true treasures, both from inside of you and from the world, coming in this month. There's a re-emergence of the purity of self, which is denoted by these children here. But they're children, right? They're not babies. So it's not a rebirth. It is the re-emergence of that which you hold dear inside of you, in your very spirit. The Sun to me is ultimate happiness. Ultimate happiness. And look at the polarized message here. Right? You have like the darkness, the shrouding energy, and then being fully out in the sun, fully being seen. I'm hearing for the first time. And with all of these, we've got these horses here. We've got two white horses. The white always denotes purity to me. It always denotes something fresh, something new, the slate being cleaned. Okay? But they also denote freedom. Maybe there's an Aquarius in my midst here. Aquarians always denote freedom for me. There is something big taking shape for you guys. Where sort of your ultimate happiness being revealed here. And it's going to feel nostalgic because it's something that is a part of who you really are, an aspect of your personality, of your sense of self that maybe went dormant because you might have been in a relationship that wasn't supporting your authentic spirit. You might have had circumstances that kept your light down. I'm hearing like a harshness that might have made you feel like you had to cloak your gifts. But now it's like, I see like with these little elementals here, they're showing it to me almost like a Cinderella story. Like, you know, in the story Cinderella, all of these elementals, I mean, there are mice that come out, but also with the fairy godmother. Listen, I haven't read that book in a very, very long time, that story in a really long time, but I remember there being like little elementals helping her put together her dress for the ball. And that's how I'm seeing it, is that you're getting like help from the spirit realm, and then overt help. I'm seeing from like, you have two cards here of like energies coming in to help. But there's also help from the spiritual realm to help you meet you in your sun energy. Now, I do want to take the card on the bottom of the deck. So I want you to see what you're coming out of. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. I didn't want it to muck up the rest of the reading, but that's what you're coming out of. Okay? And that's how they want me to set up the cards. Something from a long time ago is finally crumbling. And what's interesting is that you have two towers here, fully erected. And I do feel like for some of you, you are going to meet your person. And they're showing it to me in two different ways. For some of you, it's love. It's like a soulmate energy. And for others, it's about starting a business, a company, where you're coming out and you're actually doing something you've been wanting to do for a very long time, and you'll have the means to do it. You'll have emotional support. You will have ideas, maybe in partnering with somebody, and you might actually have financial support. Yes. I want to get, actually, let me take a different deck here for a clarifier. Get from this mini tarot. Can we get a clarifier on the Knight of Swords? Can you tell us sort of what is coming in? Can you give me a clarifier? Wow. Okay, you guys got the High Priestess. Okay, so that's what I was talking about spirit supporting you. The High Priestess is, to me, also very much being in your power and knowing what you want and knowing how to go get it. Okay, but with the cross here looking almost like a red cross to me, I do feel like there's incoming help. Okay, but the High Priestess to me is sort of ideas coming in, knowing what you want, right? Sword energy with the Knight of Swords, but also help from the spiritual realm and from your inner intuition. And let's get a clarifier on the Six of Cups. So this is this generous spirit I've been talking about, and also return to sort of innocence, of purity, where everyone else's energies are not going to muck up sort of your energy field. So let's just get let's get a clarifier on the Six of Cups, please. I'm not getting a clarifier. One more time, please, Spirit. Show me clearly. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, so you got the Ten of Rods or the Ten of Wands. Now, what's interesting is in this particular Ten of Rods, I don't know if you see, this man is holding rods that are blooming, that are flowering. So this feels very much like the end of the Tower moment and the birthing of the sun. I mean, this is how I would look at this card. Okay, whatever burden that you've been carrying is crashing down and you are blooming. There's some happiness, some joy, something blooming this month, especially with the sunflowers here, okay? And even in this card where you see the castle up ahead, it's like, it's right like wherever he's been carrying these rods, he's finally there. It's like a few steps ahead is how I'm seeing it. Okay, so to close out the reading, I'm just going to roll the dice, literally, on a particular day We might get 2 actually. What particular day for group number 2 is going to be very auspicious that they should look out for? Okay, they're actually showing me, you guys, we have 16, 18, 19, which is upward movement, forward movement. Okay? What day is particularly auspicious for group number 2? Show us clearly. And we have the 7th. So July 7th, or I'm sorry, if you're listening to this reading on a different month, the 7th of the following month. And please give us one other day, please, and thank you. And we have 8. Okay? 8. So that's interesting because together that's the 15th, the 16th. So it could be a time span between the 15th and the 19th of July, or the 7th and 8th of that month. Between the 15th and the 19th of July, or the 7th or 8th of that month. So for now, it's for July, or for that time frame, or those 2 days for the following month. Okay, you guys, I'm going to close out the reading there. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I really hope something resonated. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. I would so appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below. And if nothing else, I send you so much love and so many blessings, as always. I look forward to connecting with you guys in the next reading. Take very, very good care. Welcome, group number 3. Let me just move up my chair here. Okay. So let's begin. We are looking at what is coming in for you next month, or this coming month. I don't know exactly how to title this video yet, but in the upcoming month. So if you're hearing this in July, it's for this month, July 2025, but this will be a timeless reading. So whenever you get it, it's this coming month. So you guys chose the Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, card number 41. So the first thing that I'm being given is this woman being underwater. And it feels like some of you have been feeling like you've been drowning for a while. I'm hearing like just getting your heads above water. So a lot of you are fighters, you're warriors. Maybe some of you are actual fire signs, being with your leader Mars, being warriors, okay? And somewhere it feels like maybe you started to give up hope. And this card is here to let you know that hope is being restored because new beginnings are underway. Now, they're showing me that some of these new beginnings is because you have actually been hiding some of your talents. Okay, this woman has wings, okay, angelic wings. And it feels something like this could also be like an energy, because often when I see someone kept down who is like of an angelic nature, there sometimes can be some nefarious or lower vibrational energy that's been keeping you down. And so I'm seeing like this is actually going to start clearing this month. Even with this light above what appears to be water, it feels like there's a point of egress that is going to be shown to you this month, where you're finally going to be able to take a deep breath and not just treading water. I'm also feeling Spirit encourage you to come out with your gifts, that you've been withholding your gifts from the world for whatever reason, for fear, for maybe because you have actually been feeling attacked, maybe by the world. I'm hearing the word criticism actually. Maybe there are people in your life who don't understand you and don't understand what you do. And Spirit is really encouraging you to come out, and I'm hearing make a name for yourself. Make a name for yourself. Okay, with 5 here, denoting the 5th house in astrology, that's very much the house of creativity. So I feel like some of you have been feeling your creativity feeling stifled. And I'm getting the book Julia Cameron, which I might have mentioned in one of my readings. But Julia Cameron wrote this book called The Artist's Way, and it's all about getting artists unstuck, getting unblocked, where you have writer's block, but it can be used for any kind of feeling of being stuck. So I just got that for you guys. Not necessarily that you have to go and run and get that book, but it's this idea of maybe that you've been feeling stuck or blocked in some way. Maybe you're highly creative, but you couldn't quite get past some point in time. For some reason, I'm seeing a typewriter. I don't know if any of you are writers, but it feels like literal writer's block, actually. I'm seeing that some of you have been working on your physical fitness, and maybe you have plateaued. And I'm sensing that for some of you this month, you might actually start a different kind of workout. Like they're showing me somebody who is like running on a treadmill and they're not getting into the fitness level that they want, and they realize that they have to add in weights to get into another level of physical fitness. I'm seeing for someone who has been working out with weights but has not been spending enough time like stretching. So their muscles were getting really tight and bulky, and they have to learn more like calisthenics and like Pilates or yoga, or using those bands to stretch the muscles and elongate them. There's this energy of just constriction, where things being stuck and tied up for a long time. And this, I'm seeing sort of like the emergence of like of freedom, like in these areas that have been constricted. I feel like this opening energy, this loosening up. I'm hearing the word relief. Yeah, I'm just feeling like you're going to breathe again, like things are going to feel a little bit easier. I'm feeling more flow coming in this month. They're also giving me the sense that in this constriction, there has been restriction, like where you might have been restricting your social activities, you might have been restricting what you eat, you might have been restricting your activities in some way. And I'm feeling like this month you might start flowering, opening up. You might connect with friends a little bit more. Your creative spark might sort of show itself, or a new idea may come in. I just heard that like someone from the past may be reaching out to you, and it's going to be a surprise, like a lovely one, like a friend you haven't spoken to in a really long time. I just saw that very clearly, and it's going to make you feel like lively again. And you're going to feel I'm hearing like joie de vivre, like a lust for life again, after a period of, I'm hearing like dormancy. So yeah, a lot of new beginnings in a lot of different ways. But it's more like they're showing me like the Four of Swords, where you've just been in the state of like respite. Some of you have been in a state of like actual constriction and restriction. It's going to be different for everyone, but it feels like that period is ending, and there's like the card says, new beginnings for this group. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards. Okay, so Spirit, please show us clearly for group number 3, what is forthcoming this coming month. Okay, what is going to be happening? What do they need to know? Can you show us clearly, please? Oh, sorry, I was shuffling the deck upside down. I do not take reversals. None of the cards are reversed. Wow, we have King of Cups. I really do feel like with the new beginnings of like creativity, social life that they were showing, coming out a bit more, even with your health, I think you're going to feel a lot more emotionally fulfilled this month. I just heard like a boss, like a boss. So you're going to be looking good and feeling good. Okay, that's a little weird. So I shuffled the deck upside down, and then I just shuffled it with the faces forward. So I do feel like a little bit of Hanged Man energy of like things turning in. No. Okay, no, they just said no. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Things turning in your favor. Okay? I just heard a 180. There's going to be a 180 this month. Very cool. I'm super excited about your reading here. 4 of Pentacles. And what's the last one? 10 of Wands. Did not see that. And then we have, okay, I'm not going to take that. Let's see. So overall energy, King of Cups, there's definitely an energy here of feeling much more emotionally fulfilled, much more emotionally filled. It also reads as like looking good. So if you allow yourself to move out of the state of constriction, restriction, or even respite, and you actually reemerge into the world, you're going to be looking good and you're going to be feeling good. And with all these little fish in the sea, it actually denotes that you might start dating if you haven't been dating, if you're single, or you're going to just start to feel like there are lots of opportunities in the world. Okay. Now, the way that they're showing the Nine of Wands is with the King of Cups. If you see, they're kind of like facing each other. And this guy is like sitting, he's like not in any gear, ready to fight. So it feels like there might have been people in your life who've been wanting to battle you. I think they mentioned something about criticism. This is not the quintessential meaning of this card, but this is how they're showing it to me intuitively. Like people may come at you or have been coming at you, and you are like, no, I'm not battling anymore. I'm going to sit here on my throne in all of my glory. It feels very much like the battles are dying down. You're coming out victorious, and you're not going to be battling anymore. You're not going to be giving away your energy anymore. This is going to be an even exchange, right? There's no more giving away things for free. And I think that's partially why there's this drowning person here for this group, because I think that you've been giving away a lot of your energy and you have not been receiving. So the way that they're showing me the Four of Pentacles is you're going to be safeguarding your energy from here on in. You're going to be safeguarding your energy. And look at this. There are two crowns here. And you're actually going to see yourself as someone who is worthy of money, of emotional fulfillment, of receiving. And you're no longer going to just be giving away your pentacles, giving away your energy, battling needlessly. Okay, same with the Ten of Wands here. You're not going to carry the burden alone anymore. This all says the same message to me in different areas of your life. You're not going to be squandering your energy on people and circumstances that are not for your greater good anymore. You are going to be in your King of Cups energy, gender aside. You're not going to be fighting the good fight anymore, okay? You get to put your Ten of Swords down. There's a lot of like fighting energy, of restrictive energy that is now turning around now. There's no more battling. There's no more restricting. There's no more carrying a heavy load. And I got to tell you that the card on the bottom of the deck goes right with the story. Five of Swords. There's no more mental banter. There's no more worrying, anxiety. There's no more physical battling. There's no more restrictive energy, whether it be with your body or with your finances, because this is the overarching energy. You being in your crowning glory this month, finally getting out of all of this, okay? Of all of this energy, that's what the new beginnings is. The King of Cups is the energy of the next month. Emotional fulfillment, feeling secure, security in your emotional self, security in your finances, and also in your own energy. She is drowning in other people's energies, having given too much and not having any energy left for herself. But no, this month, you are going to conserve energy for yourself, to take care of yourself. And that's when new beginnings are going to emerge. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask Spirit, should you do this 180, right? Where you conserve your energy, where you take better care of yourself, where you finally come out and let yourself be seen because you're beautiful, because you have so many gifts, you have so much to offer the world. But it will be exchanges only. Okay, so you could do donation only services. You can do a set price for all different services if you're just coming out, or you can do sales or such things, okay? But you must have exchanges only. I'm seeing the infinity sign, okay? You give something, you get something back. And if nothing else, every time you give, you say, let that return to me tenfold. Let that return to me tenfold. So you are honoring yourself. So the new beginnings, what are they? What is forthcoming if this group starts to embody their King of Cups energy? They know their worth. And we got the King of Pentacles, another crown. You can't make this up, guys. You're going to be fruitious, fortuitous, felicitous, King of Pentacles energy. Okay? You're going to have everything that you need, everything that you require. Just be mindful of giving away your energy, whether it be battling energy, battling people or circumstances where nothing comes to fruition because everyone's criticizing you. Nobody wants to get on your page. If people literally have been taking your money, if you've been stolen from, if you've been in legal matters that have been grossly unfair, this is where you start to set boundaries. You stop carrying burdens that are not yours to carry, right? You stop battling other people's battles and carrying other people's burdens that aren't yours. Put the sticks down. And you get out of cheating energy and anxiety and the mental, hamster wheel. And you get into your emotional stability and emotional self. And this month you really start to say, I am worth so much. Okay? Exchanges only, literally. I give you something, I get something back. And in this case, I think this means money. My goodness, you guys, this month, King of Cups, King of Pentacles energy. Absolutely amazing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these on the bottom. Okay, all of these energies. You know what I'm going to do because I love changing the energy? I'm going to put this all upside down. Actually, I'm going to keep the 9 of Wands up because that's victorious. Okay, but you're getting out of all of this energy. Okay? And you're going to be in your King of Cups and your King of Pentacles energy. Okay? Now, to close out the reading, we are going to roll the dice, the dice on the most auspicious days for the next month. So for right now, it will be for July, but whenever you get this reading, it will be for the incoming month. I'm doing this reading a little bit late, okay, that's for sure. But my guides told me to do the previous reading first, so I did that. Okay, my guides, our guides, please show us the most auspicious day for this coming month. And we got 8. How funny is that, guys? I told you guys that I saw the infinity sign. That's 8. So the 8th of the month, and let's get one more day. One more day, please. And we got 9. Is that a 6 or a 9? I believe that's a 6. Okay. So we have an 8 and a 6 of the following month will be the most auspicious days. Okay, you guys. So it's a short, quick reading. I hope it resonated for you guys. It looks like you guys are coming into tremendous prosperity and wealth this month, where you're really coming out of the muck and mire that you've been in. But the biggest sort of message here, I think, is that you're coming out. You're coming out with your gifts. You're coming out with who you are authentically. And you're going to be rewarded for that, both emotionally and tangibly in the world, whatever that might mean for you. But it looks like, sorry guys, the recording cut out. So I just wanted to say it does look like for next month, there's going to be some amazing emotional fulfillment, you feeling so much more in your power, really allowing yourself to be seen more with all of your gifts. And that allows you to bring in far more prosperity. And it really does look like financial prosperity. But I feel like the name of the game for this month for you guys is that you guys are going to be a boss, your own boss, and just really feeling strong, feeling attractive, feeling like you can conquer the world. That's what I'm really seeing here. Okay, you guys, I hope something resonated. If it did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. If nothing else, I send you so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care.